Hi, Bethan. Apologies, this is late. We're just going to look at this. I think what's happened here is you've sort of they've played a little trick on you, but let's just go through it to see what's going on. And we have Pamela here who owns Samantha, 80%, and it says that um, she acquired this on the 1st of January, and this was to be paid on the 1st of January 2004. So it's always good. I mean, you can probably say it's 3 years, but it's just always good to always just write it out for yourself to sort of see exactly what's happening. X3 to the 31st of December, X3, which is effectively the 1st of January, X4. So we now know we have 3 periods. So I think the best way to always do this is to do the double entry. And if you do the double entry, in effect, we see that we will be paying 200,000 like we agreed at the end of 3 years. So we want the present value of this today. And as we have discussed in class when we were looking at goodwill, you can use the formula and do it this way, but it's not really a formula, it's just what it is. The present value of 200,000 in 3 years today, dividing 200,000 divided by 1.1 raised to the power of 3. If you do this in your calculator, it should give you 150,262. So when I record this, I'm going to have my consideration and my liability. This is the same principle for loans when we're dealing with loans. So once you get into the habit of what's going on here, you're pretty much okay when we come to those chapters on liabilities. So this is this happens on the 1st of January 2001. This happens right here. The question is, by the end of the year, we would have accrued interest, and this is also what's referred to technically as the unwinding of the discount. So the interest rate is at 10%. That is the cost of capital. That is the interest to be accrued on this. So we take 10% of this, which is 15,026. So if you remember, this will go through your finance costs in your income statement, 15,026, and onto your liability. And so on the 31st of December X1, we now have, if you like, a brought down liability of adding the two together. I should have 8, 8, 2, 5, 6, right? That's that done. 165,288. So this is what I now have as at the 1st of January X2. Just change my pen color, and what we now see is that for this period, if you like, leading up to the 31st of December X2, you can probably see where your error was. We owe 165,288, so we calculate our finance costs, if you like, as 10% of this again. So our finance costs for X2, this was X1, X2 is 16528.8, if you like, and 16528.8. It's our finance cost. And so the carry down figure at the end of the second year is these two added together. When you add these two together, you get 181,818. And your brought down figure is 181,818. Which is why so at the end, on the 31st of December, this is what your liability is. I mean, you can see how this naturally progresses, of course, into the third year, where if we did the finance costs again for the final year, we would have 181,811.8, and then once you added that onto that, you would see that you'd be having a carry down figure of 200,000. And of course, at the end of this, of course, we credit bank 200,000 and debit the liability. If you like, here's the liability, and you debit that and credit bank, and we get rid of it. So I suspect you might have, I think what's always good is to always start from the beginning and then work through. As we will see, you might end up paying. There's nothing wrong. You might pay some capital payment, some coupon payment. If you decide to pay a coupon payment, some kind of agreed amount that you've chosen to pay, of course, we would just debit liability and credit bank. But the interest that accrues is always given at the cost of capital. So, and therefore, because this is here, we get an answer of D. Yeah, I hope that helps. And yeah, we'll discuss it again in class. Okay, cheers. Bye.